Hey everyone, welcome to my wife's channel, Akshi's Corner. My name is Jay and I'm usually the one behind the camera. But today I wanted to do a quick informational video on the Revel wet and dry grinder. In particular, how to separate the grinder cover from the grinder bowl, as we had a very difficult time doing that. So we bought this grinder a few weeks ago and overall it's been functioning well. My wife really likes it very much. It seems to be doing everything that she needs it to do. But the very first time that we got it and we tried using it, this very top cover that comes off, we had a hard time opening it up, but eventually it opened. My wife used it, and then when we tried reopening it, we could not get it open. I tried many times, many different ways to try to open it. It just wouldn't come off. So we got pretty frustrated, and we were actually going to just take it back to the store that we got it from. We got it from an Indian store, but I already knew that they probably weren't going to take it back. Their policies are usually a little bit different, but we were so frustrated with exactly what we were going to do. So I actually struggled with it for about 3-4 days and just could not get the top off. Went on the web, tried looking around for other videos. I thought maybe someone had come across the same situation, but I couldn't really find anything. I mean, I seriously was about to smash this thing up against the wall. It was so frustrating. I didn't understand why it was, just not working the way we wanted it to work. But then I thought, you know what? After about 3-4 days of struggling, I thought, let me call the manufacturer. I initially hesitated to do that because I figured I was just wasn't really going to get any help. So I figured, why bother calling them? But I did anyway. Surprisingly, I was actually able to get in contact with someone, and he knew exactly what the problem was with the unit, and gave me instructions on how to separate the grinder bowl from the grinder cover. So I'm going to demonstrate that for you in case anyone out there is having the same issue. Then hopefully this video will be helpful to you. So I'm going to demonstrate on how to separate those two. Okay, so this is not really a review of the product. As I said, it's more informational on how to remove the top grinder cover from the bowl. So let's say you've grinded up your content and now you're ready to you want to get the content out. So what you're going to do is remove this from the main grinder unit. Now the problem we were having is it couldn't separate this from the cover. So the grinder bowl from the cover couldn't separate it, very tight. We were able to eventually move it left to right, like this. But as hard as I could try, I could not remove this. And as I said, I struggled for about 3-4 days trying to separate that. So finally called the manufacturer, and I will say that I was quite satisfied with their customer service. When I called the manufacturer, I mean, we live in Southern California, and I believe their customer service might be in India. So it was a USA number, but when I called, I just was not expecting anyone to pick up. I figured maybe I can leave a voice message or something, but someone picked up right away, so that was my first surprise. The second surprise was that after he instructed me on how to separate this, he said, if you're still having problems, call back, let them know, and they will ship out a new unit, because it does come with a 1-year manufacturer warranty. So that was quite nice to hear. But we were eventually able to separate it, and it's working great. So anyway, to separate this, what you want to do is you want to hold the green bowl cover part with your thumb and at least 2 more fingers very firmly, like this. Okay, you don't want to be holding the white top cover, just the green part, the bowl. And on a flat, firm surface, you want to kind of slam this down. Now you don't want to slam it too hard, but somewhat firmly. I'm going to use this to demonstrate. So you're done with your contents, you're done with grinding, now you want to separate. What you're going to do is hold it firmly and slam down. And when you do that, you will actually feel it dislodge. So now the top cover is separate from the bowl, exactly the way it's supposed to function. Now we had to do that in the beginning a few times, but now it actually does separate the way it actually should separate. So we don't have to really slam it down anymore. We just firmly press down and it comes apart. That's how it's supposed to work out of the box. But as I said, it was not working like that for us. So what I'm going to show you next is there's 3 little dimples in here that the manufacturer said, the rep at Revel said that sometimes during the manufacturing process, these 3 dimples just create a very tight seal and it's very hard to dislodge. So I'm going to do a little close-up and show you what those are. He stated that another trick is to file those dimples down a little bit. We didn't have to do that, thankfully. It's, as I said, it seems to be working now. But another trick is to file that down a little bit so that the grip is a little less, the grip loosens down a little bit so you can separate it the way it's supposed to. So I'm going to show you that too. I'm going to show that to you now. Okay, looking in here, you can see there's 3 dimples. There's one right about there, one right here, and the third one is, I believe, right there. So those 3 little dimples, I mean, that's how the rep that's what the rep called it. Creates a very tight seal. You can file those down, but that's what causes some of these units to just not dislodge. So, but as I said, it's working now, and I was quite happy with their customer service as they basically responded to us right away. So that's always a good thing to experience from a manufacturer, especially a manufacturer like this, Revel. I mean, I never heard of them before, so I just was not expecting much. So kudos to them for helping us out right away. Well, that's pretty much it. As I said, it's not really a review video, more of an informational video. Thanks for tuning in to Akshi's Corner. We hope to bring you more content in the future. We hope to be making much more videos on how to cook Indian food and perhaps other recipes down the line. So if you like this video, please consider liking and subscribing, and we appreciate your time. Thank you.